much to ask of any parent, even if you went to work that day, right? Or alternate. So it's a shared responsibility, not a responsibility that we men will always be given to the ladies to do or to the young to do. Worse, you give to the older child to do. Thank you. Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm Orange Shua, batch 2000. I'm an economist. So my question is, are schools like Academy Grade School under a factory or assembly line type of approach? And what is your assessment and how can we address that?
I don't think I should answer that.
If we send our kids there, we want them to understand how to manage that development. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, when Ricky was asked about how grade school test the kids, and with this question, I see former colleagues from grade school here a lot. They're veteran teachers, veteran administrators, and counselors. So maybe 1, 2, 3 of you might want to speak up. Just to promote also grade school, di ba? Next year. So sorry, the question is again.
Our school system uses a factory method.
Okay, if the school uses the factory method or etc. etc. Or their high school people here also? Yeah, please try to answer if you can.
Mr. Mike, she wants to rephrase your...
Or you want to rephrase your question?
Rephrase the question or add to the question?
Add to the question?
What?
Yeah, please introduce yourself, ma'am.
Yes, Alena Chua, batch 2004. To rephrase the question, what are the big schools, the usual factory schools doing to make learning more individualized? Is that more individualized for each child?
I will just give you a few minutes to think about it. But siguro, turning back to, naging host ko lang ako MC. I'm supposed to only introduce you though. What are the symptoms of a factory school, and what are the things that you can suggest to serve as an antidote to this kind of system?
It's difficult to answer that because, again, there are different kinds of teachers for each class, right? Now, the number of students there, of course, ideally, we'd like a small student-teacher ratio. I'm in the belief, but it might not be shared by many educators, that we shouldn't have homework. Okay, parang they have to finish everything here, but then again, how will you test that? Because I remember talking to a DepEd person before saying, this is my belief, because they shouldn't be doing homework at home. They should finish all of it here, just like you shouldn't be bringing home your work. Parang you cease to be your work when you leave the office, so that again you can have that time with your children. Because you have to get them to sleep, right? So I don't know where we can strike this balance, even the examinations that they have. Even us, for our residents and our medical students, we're having great difficulty because many of them ayaw nang nahihirapan. We keep losing them because kunwari napagalitan lang, they'll move to another thing. So much that we're already bending backward, forward, wherever we can bend, just to keep them staying in with us. So it's a whole different generation. And I guess we need to study more what options we can give them so that they will maximize their learning. But there are other ways of testing them probably. There are more challenging ways of maybe, let's say, having an exam or an assignment for 4 subjects this week instead of all 12. By sharing that load and spreading it out, I guess. I'm not familiar with grade school and high school, and I think the teachers here will be more in a position. But that would be my suggestion. And I think, like I said, play. You've cut out hours of PE, of recess. It's shortened to 15 minutes, I think. It should be, I would even like to think PE should be at 11 o'clock. Why? So they will eat their lunch. Because many of them won't eat their lunch, diba? Kasi they're still doing this thing. So we don't know. It's a collective effort that probably I am not in any position to make, probably suggest together with you. And I think the suggestions you have should be raised to the school so that we can come up with something more tangible and willing to try it out. Because all the ideas may be innovative, something new, and you're seen as someone who's against the whole system, right? But 10, 20 years from now, whatever you suggested is what they'll be doing now. As it is in medicine. So, sorry I don't have the answer, but I guess we just have to try to do our own part and try making school less painful for a child. Right? Kasi pag masyadong maraming homework and masyadong mabigat yung bag nila, that takes away. And I have children who come to my office who are really so, excited to answer all the questions, and some who will be there and say, are you going back to that doctor who will test my math skills again? Di ba? Parang galit na sa akin.
Arian Lambo. I graduated year 2000. Doctor, thank you very much for your talk. I'm a teacher now in the Ateneo Junior High School, and all three of my kids are studying here in Ateneo. I have a college, second year college, and then two in the grade school, grade 6 and grade 3. When my two boys took the entrance test here, hindi naman siya masyado demanding in terms of what they know. Ang mas check ng grade school is their readiness to go to school. So if they're going to cry and hold on to the mom, baka hindi pa ready mag-big school. And then if they can answer questions properly, and then if they can follow instructions. So yun lang yung, I think yun lang yung tinitest when a kid wants to enter here in the Ateneo. Now if the Ateneo is factory set up, I don't think so. Hi, Carl. I don't think so because, for example, in the grade school, sometime in June, there's a parent-teacher conference. And for that PTC, the parents are the one talking to the teacher. So the parents are the one giving input to the teacher on how best their kid can be helped, or if their kid has any concerns that need to be addressed. So it's really like an individual setup. And I prepare and appreciate for the first quarter PTC. Yung nga parang they're just in school for a month and then there's a PTC already. Kasi nga, iba yung setup. It's the parents talking to the teacher instead of the teacher giving descriptions to the parents about how the kids are in the classroom. And then, for example, my youngest son, he's in grade 3. And he enjoys school. They all like going to school. But parang may times he gets easily distracted. And then pag test pala, I found out na he doesn't read all the questions thoroughly. Parang he wants to be done right away. Hurried child nga, I think is what I hear also. So hurried child siya. So he will breeze through the choices and then tapos na. But then the teacher called for PTC and then told me this is what Basil goes through when he takes a test. And then it was an eye-opener for me, and I said, that's so funny because I signed up for this talk about the syndrome of the hurried child. And then talaga it made me look into my parenting style. And then naisip ko, when I help them with homework, I help them with learning the content. Baka kulang yung pagtulong ko sa kids ko when it goes to taking tests. So I talked to my son about it, si Basil, that you have to read all the questions properly, and then if you understand it, and then read all the choices, and then read the question again with your correct answer, if it makes sense. And then after talking to Basil that way, parang all of his quizzes after that, parang talagang there is great shut up. And then I realized it's because the teacher made it an effort to get to know what my son needed. And the teacher made the point to tell me. So I knew that how to help my son. So, feeling ko, because although the teachers will differ, di ba, paminsan you're lucky because you have a good teacher. But I think the school rin kasi has different systems or structures in place that makes it possible for communication to happen. So I hope I was able to answer.
Thank you for that.
Excellent to the bunch, College 95. Thank you, Dr. Dimalanta. It's very enlightening. Can you venture a guesswork answer on what kind of future would we have if we are run with parent children? Because above 30, above 30, that's us, will be overwhelmed by this new 30, and we have factory schools and we have parents. So, what kind of, what are we looking at really?
I think first and foremost, the children are now staying longer with the parents, correct? Many older children don't want to go away because of the comforts, because they know that they're not going to experience all of this if they go on their own. Many are, I would even say, marrying later. But the sad part about them is they keep changing professions. They finish a certain course, they change because they're not happy. They don't know where to go. Kumbaga, I think there's a cry for help here to teach them or give them ultimatums probably. Like you can say, I know, I speak probably for my own family, our cousins and all, but we're having difficulties with this age group that they want to rest. Can you imagine wanting to rest in the middle of whether you're taking medicine or no? That was unheard of during our time, right? You gotta finish right away, get yourself married, have a family, and raise those children. So, it is still promising for as long as we take charge, I think. That is our challenge. With the children, parang sit them down again, okay? Give me your short-term plan. In a year, in 3 years, in 5 years. Then let me help you out. What are the ways that we can do? Some tangible points are now I'm getting children of my friends and colleagues who want to intern with me as early as high school and college. Because they were saying, ayaw nito ayaw mag-med, dapat magtuktok to, di ba? So there are other options for them, and I think by exposing them, instead of making them idle, because remember, too much boredom naman will turn them into probably addicts or, di ba, all this menace of society. But by keeping them involved, making them involved in your work, showing them how it is to be in an orphanage probably. Because when you tell them, the reality is so different for them because they're all entitled. They were given so much, I think, that they have a warped sense of the realities in life. They were cushioned from many things. You swept feelings under the rug. So now they have pent-up emotions. They can't discuss it with you because hindi pwede or something, or they're busy doing or involving themselves in their friends' lives, getting their self-worth from what they hear on social media. So there has to be something that we do so that we don't end up with the next generation that will be more fragile and will not have, how do I say, yung tigas ng loob. I think that's what's lacking now. Commitment from them. And like I said, let's bring back respect. I think if we do that and a solid foundation, I know it's a tall order, and all I'm saying is in theory, and it's harder to practice, but if we start now within our own families, and like I'm saying, I want to give it back to the families. It's empowering families to know that you can do it. Of course, you need help from others, you call out for help, but you have to start with your own home to be able to get these children to achieve what they should really and are set out to be. Para ako nagre-revalue na dito.
Good afternoon, Dr. Francis. My name is Amelie. I'm working here in a school in Bonifacio, and my question would be if you could share some maybe more practical ways on how to help. What I notice is that often the parents are very demanding with the schools. I don't know how the administrators of school feel, but I think generally in the world, parents want the school. Schools, we compete with Disney World. And Disneyland is perfect, everything goes perfectly, and when you put your coin, you have your game, and this is our competition at school. Our parents, the parents all over the world want their children to be happy, to enjoy, not to have any problem, to come back from school and say they had fun, and this is not real life. Real life is made of highs and lows, joys and sadness, and so how can we do as schools to help our parents? Because I think the schools are there for the children, but in my own job, I realized that I really have to address the families, and I try as much as I can to be close to the parents. So this is the first constatation. And I notice also some traits that might be from the people in the school I'm working, or what you mentioned, a lot of competitivity. The young moms compare their children with the one on the others, and with Facebook it's just terrible because we all show the greatness of everything. A lot of self-projection in the children. So I totally agree with what you said, but what else can I do besides recommending you as a PDR, so they will come to you and
That's very kind of you, and that was not my intention. Okay.
But what else can we do as educator to help parents realizing what you said?
Okay, I think the premise here is to have a shift in thinking. There's a cartoon that showed that before, if a parent was called to the teacher's office, the teacher got mad at the child, right? Now the parents get mad at the teacher. So I guess the teachers are now being overly solicitous to the point of cushioning whatever they see with the child. So I tell them the best way to maybe point out some delays of a child would be, I may be wrong, but I've seen this and maybe it's best for you to check out, maybe if you're talking about delays. The thing with the school system, like you're asking, what real points is to have that communication at the onset, like the PTC that you're saying a month later. Here's some feedback about we want some feedback from you rather than us telling you the faults of your child. And parents should actually have that mindset that the school will not fix your child. You have to have your child kind of fixed before you put them into school, before you throw them into the arena, right, of the real world, competitive or not. So it's a collective effort, I think. And I wish I had like 1, 2, 3, 10 rules for us to do, but I'll try to come up with something with the handout that I promised to email you, including this. So only those who attended will get it. Well, that's a plastic for you. I wish I could tell you more, but it's actually a relationship that's open between a teacher and a parent. I know some schools in that area, parents can be so demanding that the teachers have bent also to just please some parents. So much so they're sacrificing already what they are set out to do for fear that that child will move to another school. When some parents tell me, Doctor, I've been kicked out of 3 kindergartens already. So I tell them, you have to be happy because those teachers are telling you they cannot handle your child. And there must be something wrong to be kicked out in kinder. Diba? Even failing, we allow failure, grade 1, kinder grade 1. After that, it's traumatic for any child and any person for that matter. Diba? So if we would like, I think the message should be to the parents, if the teacher tells you there's something wrong, appreciate it and find out. Don't fight the teacher. Because oftentimes they'll fight you. Right? And I think that's the pressure that's on you. And of course, you'd like to see the good in every child. But by recognizing some limitations, then we can help them early on before their brain develops. Because it is the connections that are made during the first 6 years of life that will redound to how they will be when they're much older. And how they will handle failure. How they will handle the lows of life. Right? So it has to be a balance.
Afternoon. I am a colleague of Dr. Dimalanta at St. Luke's Medical Center. It's true that he loves life very much because we often are together also, and he will often be our MCs during programs. I'm proud to be a colleague. And I am also a graduate of Ateneo Graduate School of Business, MBA Health, last year, 2015. My child is a grade 4 student in Ateneo. So this child is so special to me, of course. I think he has also symptoms of a hurried child because I know he will be rushing to eat and then he's not going to finish it because he will like to play with his iPad. But his iPad time is really monitored. And he has also other activities like playing the piano, and I let him use sports in Connect because nowadays we don't have much open space anymore. Although I have also field at home, but I myself is not already so eager to play there. Although I exercise also on my own, but in the room. So what other things I noticed about him is that she really likes iPad or computer like that, and he's a voracious reader. And then his aunts and uncles also will often bring him out, like they will really go so many places. And so I noticed to this child that he doesn't want anymore that he has no activities, Doc. So if I tell him, Albert, you relax, sabi niya, Mommy, I hate that word. I hate that word relax anymore. And then I'll tell him, hey Albert, I think you have already played a lot, like you played a lot already, and then you have read a lot already, so maybe you can stop doing anything now and then just stare, maybe just stare, because I have been doing that also when I was young, just stare, and I'm fine now. And then she said, so Mommy, if I will not do anything, what is it all about? So he also scolded me back, so it's okay. So doctor, how can I convince him that it's okay, there is really nothing that he will do like
I
that?
assume Albert is an only child? No.
There are 2 children, but
How old is the other one?
the other one is 11. So during school days, that girl stays with her aunt and uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need more focus on him. But my other child, she's okay, but she is also, since grade 4, she's grade 7 now. In their school, they use the iPad anymore because 2 highest sections for the level, they will use the iPad. That is also my other question, how can it really be effective? Although we have given a note that how to use the iPad effectively, acceptable use of the iPad. But really, I cannot monitor her because she will be in school, and I will see there are many apps already. Thank you, doctors.
Okay, so you have many questions in your mind. But the basic thing, number 1, is how do you tell your child it's okay to relax? You tell him it's okay to relax. He's been raised, like you said, you hurried, you admitted and are guilty for hurrying the child. But it's okay now because there's something more that you can do. Show him how to relax. Maybe even if you tell him, you relax, but you're